Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. Today I'm going to review an animated film directed by, not even joking, David Cronenberg's nephew. Except don't expect much in the way of body horror here. This is Spark, A Space Tale. The distributor releasing Spark does not seem to have much faith in this film, since they're only giving it a limited release rather than the wide release usually given to computer animated family films. And watching it, I'm wondering why they bothered with a theatrical release at all. This is completely disposable fodder you're likely to randomly come across while browsing through Netflix. It's an extremely typical story about the chosen one who can save the galaxy, only with monkeys this time. Star Wars with monkeys sounds like an amusing concept, but there's nothing particularly interesting about the mythology here. The lead character is dull with not particularly clever and funny wisecracks, and the villain has your standard destroy the universe plot. The character designs are super generic, though that may be the fault of the animation, which lacks much sheen and polish. A couple of inspiring bits show up in the action, but not enough to make me truly invested in all that's going on. The voice actors don't bring much life to the proceedings either, and seem primarily hired because of name recognition more than anything. It's not among the worst animated films I've seen, and I can kind of see why the filmmakers wanted to tell this story, but it's a fairly unmemorable one. It's a Star Wars clone with none of the charm and splendor of that famous series. It just has monkeys, and I'm sorry, you have to give me more than that. Next up is a film about British filmmakers attempting to boost morale in World War II era England in their finest. Much like the central characters in Their Finest, the main goal of this film is to be inspiring, and you know what? It succeeds, with plenty of charm to spare. While this is a largely fictional movie, so sorry you won't be able to see the film within a film on Turner Classic Movies, director Lon Scherfig does a good job of presenting the time period and what was at stake during this time when the fear of Nazi bombers was definitely high. The chemistry between Gemma Arterton and Sam Claflin is sweet, and the inevitable romance that blossoms between their characters is made believable. I also enjoy the scenes of them making the film, which has some fun with the conventions of the British wartime morale boosters. Bill Nighy and Jake Lacy are particular delights during these portions of the movie. However, Their Finest also has a clear respect for the filmmakers who worked hard to give the British public the inspiration they needed. When we see the movie they put together, it feels like something the British film industry would have produced during that time period. There are a couple of lulls during the scenes of Arterton's home life, but the film picks up again when they discard this subplot. And you also get a sense of the danger during the war and the difficulties going on. Their Finest is not a revolutionary war film, but it does its job suitably enough in giving one the proper high spirits when leaving the screening. Thanks for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.